Well, folks, it is bittersweet, but nonetheless, it's been a truly successful and amazing series, and I'm here to wrap it up as we are getting ready to jump into my review of Season 3 of the STARZ hit series, Hightown. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing Season 3 of Hightown, which is returning to STARZ January 26. So this season has 7 episodes. I've only checked out the 6, so I'm definitely going to be tuning in for the finale. But nonetheless, by seeing majority of the season, I'm here to break it all down for a non-spoiler review. So as I mentioned, yeah, it's bittersweet. This is the 3rd and final season, and if you had not checked out the previous seasons, you totally want to do so. It's one of the best low-key series, I think, out there in television. Like, if you know, you know, but if you don't, you might want to tune in because just really amazing writing, a phenomenal cast, so many intriguing characters, and to kind of really focus on Season 3, episode after episode is just leaving you at the edge of your seat with suspense and just major cliffhangers that's just going to have you ready to tune in for the following week. But, you know, again, looking at the cast that's been through this series since the first season, how could you not want to tune in just by cast alone? And then even with the additions for the 3rd season, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet a little bit on that note too, because you kind of want these characters to kind of really stretch their legs a little bit on this series. But they even handled folks that had you know, just entering in Season 3. They really handled their stories pretty interesting as well too. So, you know, nonetheless, Hightown is a series you want to check out. Go check out the previous seasons before you get ready for Season 3 that's coming back to STARZ January 26. But yeah, for the folks who have and always been a part of the Hightown family, in this season, it's focused on Jackie. There's a couple of different things happening here. Obviously, with Jorge, you know, death, really trying to figure out the mystery behind that and who was involved and the clues and whatnot. So there's a lot dealing with that. There is a let me focus on Jackie. Jackie is still truly battling her sobriety, and obviously everyone knows that's been the challenge for you know, the previous seasons. But even so, now she got herself in a situation where she's trying to put the clues together to figure out where is this missing girl that she was last seen with, and the clues aren't looking good, and she is clearly, by being the last person to see her, definitely puts her sort of in the bull's eye of things. But she's, you know, out on a limb to figure out the mystery behind this missing person, Veronica herself. But with that being said, again, her sobriety still comes into play. As I mentioned, Who Killed Jorge is a big focal point to this as well too. Renee is really struggling with, you know, her situationship. I mean, yes, it's her husband, they got a kid, but it's still a uphill battle, and there's a lot of work that's going to need to be done with that as well too. And then Frankie, I gotta tell you, and I don't want to give too much about Frankie, but I'm going to tell you that, first of all, Amaury performance has always been stellar on every series that he's been part of. But as Frankie, I really just feel like this may be his best role yet. And Frankie, even incarcerated, still has a menacing presence on the outside. And his incarceration may not last throughout the whole season. So you got to kind of see how that kind of plays out as well. And you got to imagine that he's going to target the one person that put him in. So if you know, you know. I don't want to give that away. But yeah, there's that. But even with that being said too, there's Ray. Ray's story arc is interesting. I don't know how much to put this, but Ray definitely is having a little bit of a challenge himself, and not in the good light. You know, not. It's kind of interesting, and you kind of foreshadow what's going to happen with this character. But it's no other way to put it is that Ray is going to be problematic in this season. But yeah, I might as well just kind of cut to the chase here with Ray. Ray has a new partner in Sarah, and while Sarah is a cop that kind of goes undercover, Ray has a hard time with boundaries with her. And she's also not so innocent as well. So you gotta kind of see how this Ray and Sarah and Renee sort of situation plays out. And as I mentioned, you still got somebody hiding behind bars, Mr. Frankie, who at any point could be a game changer in any situation. As I mentioned, yeah, sure, he knows Ray is the one that put him away, but he also knows in the relationship prior with Renee is who is the one that ratted him out. But speaking of new characters, though, Owen is a character to keep your eyes on. This character is a wild card, a hothead, unpredictable, but just adds so much to this season. So yeah, and even with that being said, there's really just so much going on in the season, and each and every episode leaves you at the edge of your seat with major cliffhangers so that you're just ready to tune in next week to see how things will unfold. There's a minor time jump in this, about 30 days, but it doesn't really affect anything. And it's 30 days in the middle of the season. I think it's between episode 5 and 6. It doesn't really affect anything per se. You don't miss anything. And it definitely flesh out all the particulars that you may want to know in it. But to say for 7 episodes, which is the shortest amount of episodes in the season that they've had, they really do wrap this up pretty good. I can't even fake. So, you know, with that being said, there is no reason that you do not want to check out and tune in for Hightown, which again is going to be returning to STARZ on the 26th. And I will be tuning in for the finale. Cannot wait to see that explosive finale, considering everything that they left us off with on episode 6. So tune in each and every week, folks. And then jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, your excitement, your hype for the return of Hightown in its final season. And as always, stick around for more reviews very soon.